Alright everybody, welcome to your new godcast that's being done for you on the new smart board that our school has. What we're dealing with today is we're going to take a look, as the title said, at adding integers. We're going to use counters and we're going to use integer tiles, but we're also going to take a look at doing it on a number line as well. Now there's a variety of situations that you could encounter, so we're going to try to get to as many of them as possible. There is a possibility that I may not touch upon everything, but I will do my best, okay? So all the tools that we're going to need are right here, okay? We have our integer tiles, which represents positive in the yellow, negative in the red, and we also have a number line, which we're going to be using at some point, okay? So we're going to sort of flip-flop between these two things as we work along, okay? So what we're going to do right now is we're going to do very basic. We're going to add two positive integers, okay? Pretty simple idea. What we really need to be familiar with is the concept of zero pairs and opposite integers. So the two integers that we're going to add together first are positive 5 plus positive 4, okay? Now we need to read these questions from left to right. All we need to do is model each one of these positive integers. So we're going to model the 5 first. So we're going to drag out 5 positive integers, or 5 positive tiles, like so. Okay? Working from left to right in our question, we now see that we want to add. So we're going to bring in 4 positive integers, the same, add 4 positives. So we're going to do that. And as we drag these out, it's just a matter of counting up how many integers there are now. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have 9 positive tiles out there. So we know that our answer is positive 9. Okay? And it's as simple as that when you're doing two positive integers. Remember, it's just like a normal addition question, because on your calculator or in your book, if it just says a 5, that really is a positive 5. So let's translate that over to the number line now. So the first thing you always want to do is find the number on your number line. So again, we're doing positive 5 plus positive 4. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to find positive 5. And we're going to start at our 0, which is right there. And we're going to count over 5. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in the book they use these little arrows to establish where the 5 is. Okay? What we're going to do next is add 4 onto that. Okay, so we got to go 4 beyond 5. So we're starting here and we're counting over 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? And it ends there. So when we count on this number line, we see that positive 5 plus positive 4 equals positive 9. It's as simple as that, really. Okay? So moving on, we want to, and this is really the last concept, we want to add a negative integer. So the negative integer that we're going to take a look at is negative 6 plus positive 9. All right? So same thing as before. We're going to work from left to right, and we're going to represent this. So we're going to bring out 6 negatives. Plus positive 9. So we're going to bring out 9 positives. Now remember, we're dealing with that concept of zero pairs or opposite integers. So we're just going to match every yellow one up with a red one, just like we've done in the past. Okay? And we're going to do this until we can't go on anymore. Alright, as you can see, there's only one red one left, so we're going to match those up. Now, it's important to note that with each one of these matched up integers, they cancel each other out, because 1 minus 1 equals 0. So this cancels out, this does, and so on. So when we get rid of all of that, what are we left with? We're left with 1, 2, 3. So, negative 6 plus positive 9 is positive 3. Let's translate that over to our number line. Again, we want to find where our first number is. In this case, we're going to start at 0, and in the book, this is how it shows us how to do this, and go over 6 spots. Okay, so that is where negative 6 is. Starting at negative 6, we're now going to go 9 in the positive direction. So negative 6 is there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that takes us over to positive 3. Okay, so once again, we have an answer of positive 3. So that is a negative number plus a positive number. Last but not least, we're going to do a positive number plus a negative number. All right? So we're going to clear off all of this stuff. And we're going to take a positive number, like positive 3, and we're going to add on a negative number. So we're going to add negative 4. Working from left to right, we're going to bring out our 3 positives. Okay? It says to take away 4 negatives, or to add 4 negatives. So we're going to add 4 negatives to the situation. As we did before, we're just going to line them up so that each positive has a negative pair. These guys cancel each other out. And what are we left with? We are left with negative 1. Okay? We'll translate that over to our number line. And we are doing positive 3 plus negative 4. Starting at that 0, we're going to find where positive 3 is first by doing this. We're going to work our way left because we're adding 4 negatives. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that again brings us to negative 1. All right, and that is all that there is to that.
Okay, so we learned a number of things today. The first thing that we took a look at was adding a positive number. And when we do that, we always know that we move right on the number line because the number is actually getting larger, okay? So you saw that we, added a certain number of positive tiles, and then we just counted them all up at the end, and that was it. Adding a negative number, we're always going to move left on the number line, okay? Because we're actually adding negatives to the situation. So when you pair them up with positives, they cancel each other out. That's about it. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask me in class. Have a good one. Later days.